up? What it do? Facebook, social media, family and friends, and all that. Alright, so I'm gonna get straight into this. This video is called Die Young, and it has nothing to do with aspiring to, any suicidalness, none of that. Not at all. I'm just referring to a music video. As this is serious to conspiracy theorists, you feel me? So it has nothing to do with that. Peace, everybody. Everything is all good. You can mark my word on that. Because if I'm good, y'all good. So this is called Die Young, inspired by the Kesha video. Y'all know the girl, the KE $HA Kesha. So we gonna get into some conspiracies, which means don't quote me on what I say. It's just theories, though some things I know from experience dealing with the light and fourth dimension and all that. So you already know I'm gonna be, have to elaborate on Thomas Lucifer Ellis. The one, in Hebrew mythology, for my Christian mythologies, language people such as myself, when you came up in the West, perhaps an aunt or granny, somebody said, no, you going to church, baby. You feel me? Or you going to Sunday school this weekend, you feel me? Stuff like that, you feel me? So in that mythology, it's a spiritual war. This war has been going on for ages, which means for centuries, for hundreds upon hundreds of years. And this being, I'm going to prove that he's been lying from the beginning. So those are some things that's true in the word. Because, it's a ye of God. So if y'all on my level of vibration on some fourth to fifth dimension, will you try and decipher who wrote this shit? I probably wrote it. You're probably thinking if you're on my level, and if not, I'll bring you there if you're one of the chosen ones, a millennial, star seeds, baby boomers, for, who was that? The generation of the parents of my parents. Indigos, rainbow warriors, and we're gonna get into that, elaborate a little bit. But Kesha Die Young, like I said, it has nothing to do with dying, just the video. That video inspired me, not inspired me, but it inspired me to make this video as I looked at it recently. It popped up, on the feed of, YouTube. And just looking at it, I wanted to mention that video because that's when we gotta go into Genesis and those stories of civilizations. You feel me? You done had stories in the word of people, humans existing as Adam and Eve. It created their two sons, who was the two? The Cain and Abel. So it's all types of shit. So gotta really dig into this shit, man. You feel me? So what inspired me, because if you worship idol gods, which is fine, but law of paradox, half truth, half false, you gotta be able to decipher when to cut it off and focus on yourself, because you're dealing with the political aspect, economic aspects of your own secret societies, your own lingo. I got this beat on SoundCloud. I gotta change the drums up. If I have the luxury of time to focus on that, Huh. Thou shalt honor thy father and mother. Y'all do know it's talking about planets and shit. Paradox, of course, the two. I'm gonna get into that. Shout out to both of y'all. You feel me? But it's really referring to father time and just your father, the mother, your mother space you have. Honor your gifts and talents, or you'll on this Dragon Ball, the devil will try to steal your chakras, aka the 7 Dragon Balls from you. You feel me? So you ain't gonna have no Kundalini to speak through you. You feel me? So that's the war I'm dealing with. Cause I wanted to make this video because I was recording a video in a good mood, whatever. I clicks on YouTube. Surprisingly, you know, I see a Geico commercial. So guys, cause this too, I don't want, look, this ain't to exploit you or humiliate you. You know, what I put on Facebook, it wasn't for none of that type of stuff. It was simply because I understand Lucifer tries to make you speak this, not make you, but make you stay around me to shut the whole archetype of not only myself, but just the language, the archetype of light Christ beings. And no, I'm not the one and only. I said it's a body of people, a remnant of, you know, peoples. But I guess I'm the threat, the spark that boom, you feel me? So with that being said, I'm gonna elaborate on, you know, the Rainbow Warrior aspect also, because I see this ad on YouTube, Naughty Boy, you know your real name, Devin, you feel me, D-E-V-I, you feel me, I'm not here to exploit him, and guys, this is not, if you see him, I'm not saying you'll attack him, like, no, I don't promote violence. You feel me? I don't preach violence. You feel me? So I see this Geico commercial, and it's DJ Khaled talking to this Arabian or Indian, perhaps, and this guy, his name is Devin, and it's a reference of, you know, a toothbrush in his mouth. So, you know, I just had to mention that, and because I want the rest of y'all to see that psychologically and telepathically how Thomas Lucifer Ellis is sitting here lying to the masses. If I am a Jacob, or any of you, so to speak, because yes, there's dealing with me in the darkness. I've had a past. I was traumatized as a little boy. I know if moms, if you see this, well, you say this stuff, but I'm not, I'm just a regular working 9 to 5 in school 32-year-old, but I guess the world needs to know who I am for some reason. Because, you know, I've been dealing with magic for the last 4 years, and I guess Thomas feels like, he tries to mock me and say you're Jesus, but what a horrible job. So when we dealing with who wrote these books and stuff, I mean, who knew Jesus had a twin brother? So that's that. So excuse me, Mom, but I have to do what I have to do. So I'm a free spirit. So, you know, when you look at Catholicisms, they don't name a lot of angelic beings like a Metatron. That's, you dealing with the Kabbalah, that's the archangel of the first Sephirah of the Kabbalah, the top from the abyss, Genesis 1:1. That's the, everything around is just the watery abyss. Then the Sephirahs descend to physicality slowly but surely, slows the vibe down into matter. So that's the war. Again, y'all, Genesis 1:1 type shit. And if you look at that diagram, everything outside of the 10 Sephirahs, aka planets, You could look at that as the watery abyss. That is what God is, the universe, nothingness, aka all that is. It's just everything and nothing at the same time. So, that's what this whole war is about when you're dealing with for hundreds upon hundreds of years and centuries, right? And eight dark ages every hundreds of years and all that is still going on. So this particular incarnation of us and him, you feel me? This war is continued, and you know he's aiming to destroy all because he don't want no a naughty boy speaking this. That's why I wasn't tripping, and this ain't no plea for you to get back around me. It's just as you know speak this lingo, that's the more price on your head. You feel me? Simply because the greater the light, the greater the darkness is possibly. So this commercial is referring, it'll make somebody's one psychically, well, him to psychically look at me and say, oh, this nigga had a toothbrush in his mouth. And so unfortunately, as a child, I was sexually abused, and it was this one situation nobody knows about. I put this in one of those posts where it was 60-40 comments because I'm trying to give everybody the benefit. You feel me? Because the devil want to shut this whole syllables to swords, take the S off words. This word, take this sword completely off the planet. It's like the third world or Asian country where they had a firstborn child or too many babies. Kill them. I feel like I'm one of them souls, and I know it's plenty of them here. You feel me? In American cities. You feel me? But anyway, so it's referring to some faggy shit. So because I'm comfortable with who and what I became, unfortunately, some of that stuff is true because, like I said, I was traumatized as a little boy. I remember the situation. We was living in the city. I'm probably about 5 years old, just starting school, probably just starting first grade. And it was probably a weekend. I'm sitting on a bench, and a kid a little older than me just, pulls his dick out. And I'm like, ew, like, what are you, ew, get away from me. So to my surprise, it was these two neighbors, like the building next to my apartment. We lived off of Ricestown Road in Fort Lee, right across from the library. Yeah, that was our beginning days, you feel me? And this apartment building next to us, it was these two girls, they probably was in middle school. So long story short, I guess they saw what happened. I looked and I saw somebody look out the window. But nothing happened. I didn't do anything. But I'm at school. I'm getting off the bus. Somebody parent probably walked all of us across the street. And I see like a gathering of people outside. Rest in peace to my mother's adopted mother, the woman who adopted her. Was them two. My mother and her, and the rest of them was just neighbors, and everybody gathered around like it was some big, a big something. You feel me? So I'm humiliated at this point because my mother like, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I'm like, huh? You feel me? And my grandmother, she was, angelic, like, Shirley, stop. And I'm starting crying and all that because I'm like, what the hell is going on? And come to find out, it's about me and this kid that put his dick in my mouth. You feel me? So if it wasn't for my mother's mother, like, Shirley, no, you not gonna beat him. All right, ma. You feel me? I was gonna get my ass whipped for a dick in my mouth. So I'm excruciatingly humiliated as this, because all these people outside, the kids and parents, like, he sucked that boy's dick. It's always some perv, super sick stuff with me. I'm an innocent child at this point, but this is no sob story slash this is no well, the point is, because a year or two later something similar happened and I fell bait for it. And when you dealing with, yeah, I must say this, and because I've come to the realization that it said, you know, blasphemy of the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit and stuff, not walking the path. And unfortunately, I've fell into some acts where, because I've recently, over the last 10 months, 8-10 months, I came to this realization, like, this nigga's a replica of me. Thomas stored all these situations up just so to hold me bait. Like, I signed a record contract. So guys, this is for y'all, because I don't have time for mental, this ain't no shot at none of y'all, but he wants me to Jehovah moonlight and start showing off and show that I'm, you know, trying to, you know, get societally, you know, proper, just so I can get around family members, or maybe it just to pull my pants down and show, look, this is a pervert. Well, no, Tom, because I love women so much, it gotta be consensual. You feel me? Which means I understand, as your King Herod, and I'm baby Jesus to you, like the rest of people are. You know, Jesus wasn't blessed to live a sinful life. Blessed. Be less. Anyway, you know, I understand this being wasn't blessed to live a sinful life. You know, it was more like little boy learn to do a mantra and all that, motherfucker. You feel me? Fuck you. Because the darker side of you is just too much. So I already know we dealing with the testosterones and spinal fluids and kundalinis, nega serpents. A lot of people, you know, are struggling with that. And if you don't, such as a naughty boy, good for you. I look up to it, but I have no shame in my game, because consensually, I still was a faggy even since I was a little boy. But that's another topic. We'll delve into that a little later. You feel me? So, you feel me? He tries to, you know, bait and blackmail, like, you remember your mother called you recently, said, can Ron stay with you because he was in the hospital? No. You feel me? Well, I'm going to create a scenario where I'm going to badmouth your name, and we'll do what the fuck you want, because I was taught God gives man free will, and my whole life is, you feel me? So I'm loving how this motherfucker tries to simplify me as some sick perv motherfucker, because, you know, when you dealing with syllables to swords and a trap wave, I'm not really making effort to get around certain people. It's just like, for what? You feel me? You feel me? And this is no disrespect to none of my peoples. I'm just saying, like, I'm dealing, unless they know what you do, you motherfucker. Otherwise, for what? You feel me? It gets righteous, right? Because the greater the light, the greater I'll be the evilest, wickedest motherfucker to them. Because I have no business around. What time? Justin Timberlake, I ain't never watched that movie. See, all this in praise to God, but in time, how they glamorize having the mark of the beast, all this in prayers to God. In time, creating a moonlight Jehovah's situation for what? To prove, on a Jacob's ladder, aka societal statusly, I got something to prove or something. Bitch, you want to see my dick? You feel me? Not. I'm just saying to the devil. You feel me? Otherwise, for what? You feel me? In American Babylon, in a digital analog wave. What am I going around these people for? You feel me? Right, Tom? So, and that goes for the rest of y'all. I want y'all to see, how he's lying to you, but unfortunately there is bait because I done some super gay shit, you feel me? Some stuff, you feel me? I loved it, and some stuff just either influenced by drugs and desperate for somewhere to sleep at night and just did some faggy shit, you feel me? I don't suck dick for the most part, but I didn't lick a trainee's dick before, stuck it in their fat ass, you feel me? Licked nuts and all that, you feel me? I done a couple gay things and I realized I've been a faggy, you feel me? So Tom, oh, excuse me. So, a naughty boy, aka Devin, and the rest of you, psychopathically and telepathically, feel free to look at that commercial because I want y'all to see that, one, I have no affiliation with the music industry. I have nothing to do with it. I dropped out of college. I'm not part of no tea party, no frat or nothing. Why are you telling the public my business? You're dealing with people who sold their souls but can get it back. You got car insurance, a car note, rent and mortgage, but oaths, no. And here you go trying to direct a movie, making it seem like DJ Khaled is worrying about what I'm doing. So, because a naughty boy turned on me, and again, this is no plea like get back or whatever, you feel me? And I'm not here to humiliate or exploit, but anyway, I want y'all to see that, okay, yes, I had a toothbrush in my mouth, you feel me? But the reward is what? I mean, when you're dealing with digital analog waves, see, Thomas is mad at me because I don't allow him to create no fake scenario of this Jehovah moonlight with me, because somebody gonna have nicer clothes on the Jacob ladder. What it say? The love for money is the root of the all evil, and wolves in sheep skin. Not insinuating y'all, but his wave, his wickedness wave that he's trying to the whole world rule with. You feel me? So somebody societally looks more up than me, right? So, I was homeless and all that. So he want me to get around people, and so just get rid of that wave of him, period, y'all. You feel me? But on the Kabbalah, you dealing with what he's saying is the ultimate high, and for somebody, I guess, to aim for pedophilia or whatever, which I also do not condone. You feel me? Ever. You feel me? So, he's using this being to say, look, guys, look, he just ain't shit, right? So just get rid of it, right? Just straight up destroy me. You feel me? Because fuck every syllable the sword that you say to me, because it's always gray area at this point. It said Jesus, gave up his life on the cross, aka on the Kabbalah. Laid down his, the 9 of himself, the moon part. Look at that one with the chakras on it. He kind of went to the six. So he died to the flesh. The people of his own home probably said, I don't want you around me. Could have been some R. Kelly shit. I'm starting, I don't know the truth. Don't quote me, but it's like, is being a perv the highest truth? I don't know. That's what he makes it seem like. So I'm only saying this because he's yelling my name, because it said if you don't worship the image of the beast, you're kicked out of society. Die. So he's mad because certain stories of certain peoples haven't been told in my part of the story in their book ain't been told yet, because it's like, cause I got something to prove, because I don't want nobody to know what I am. I just want to be just like Robert, but don't want to walk the path. Ain't that right, Tom? See, a naughty boy, you don't see that, because and this is nothing, I'm not boasting, I'm just saying, like, evil sees evil. Yeah, Kesha video, Die Young. Yes, exactly. Genesis 3:22. He's become like one of us. Who is us? Are we dealing with fallen angel, high civilization beings, Atlanteans, Lemurians? And this is to spiritual gurus, YouTubers and stuff. See, I don't talk about them. I learned from them, but to sum it up, to speed this vibe up, this surviving R. Kelly archetype bullshit. Again, I don't condone pedophilia at all. Touching children at all. You feel me? I'm not attracted to them, nothing. You feel me? Now, he's mad because we dealing with syllables, the sword, in this trap wave, this UFO alien wave of, certain fallen, very prominent fallen angels. And this is not to demonize them, because if you're spiritually adept, you realize there's really no such thing as evil. You just know certain things you just common sense just don't do. You feel me? But there's really no such thing as evil. In a sense of, if your just mind just flows, there's no such thing as evil. You feel me? But it inspired me to make this video because you're dealing with high advanced beings. So look at the directorial, how the video, the graphics look, especially when she laying down. Yeah. And that's why Naughty Boy and anybody of that archetype of him, slash, maybe aspiring trapper, you feel me, but you want to be spiritual. I understand Ryan's archetype, you turned on me because Ryan, it was more of a tea party to you, perhaps. You was probably with Ryan and got phone calls from family members. But yet in that archetype, the girls probably still wasn't dumb enough for you. The panties still ain't dropped fast enough for you, right? But what makes it you double-minded is because you come on this side and you hear Lucifer, because a DJ Khaled ain't worrying about me. So you come on this side and said, I don't seem like no tea party. I kind of appreciate Ryan Wave a little more. Well, look, since Ryan archetype ain't good enough, because I thought we had to do agreement, like, so you saying Ryan and Clark, that's a draw, nigga. I mean, what's up with that story you told me? Yeah, that we can son Lucy right here, because, somebody pretty eyeful about surviving, the pedophilia archetype, right? I mean, is that the truth? I said that in that one video. Is it something we need to know about perverts or something? So you said, what you say? You was with Ryan. Y'all went in town with your car or his car, whatever. I think you said yours. He was dealing with some girls. He had like 2 sisters and a brother. Y'all went in the projects. So Ron goes, visits this shorty, and surprisingly starts a fight, whatever. So he's arguing with the brother, and you said ended up in a headlock, and he like, get off of me. And he yelling and stuff. And you said, you know, Eld Ryan out, whatever, and you trying to break it up, whatever. But you said Ryan yelled what to them? Ryan, you said that's why you fuck your sister, bitch, to the brother that beat him up, whatever. All these girls a few years older than him, and the brother's probably like 10 years older than us. Dreadlocks, you said, and he, I'ma kill this nigga. So you about Ryan? Yeah, I told you, look at Thomas. Lucifer is Dark Tower, Tower of Babel. Dark Tower, though, with Idris Elba. Matthew McConaughey in the cloning lab. That's Lucifer. Or X-Men's Origins, Wolverine with Will.i.am and Gambit had a little scene. That's Lucifer, Striker. Ron, he created Ron in the spirit realm to decapitate everybody's head. So, Bombs, when I spoke to you recently, said a friend of yours called you recently and said, Ron, she seen him in the street in town somewhere yelling at cars. So Thomas is mad because I said not a syllable to a sword. Take S off again word. It's not a syllable to sword. If nobody sees that motherfucker or these drones, I'm not really concerned. I'd be lying to you. So y'all had to benefit and be like, always talking about sex and stuff. Look, somebody brings all this stuff to my attention. You feel me? Because to all my lovely, beautiful sea stars, my family, I don't know what the truth is, but if it is, if the feeling is mutual, that's lovely. But y'all go look at that DJ Khaled commercial, because I don't suck dick, but there's been situations where dick was in my mouth, but I don't suck dick. But it was, how about that? I put in that last video, Naughty Boy, you had that pickup truck, the homeboy let you hold it. Went in town, he driving around, so knowing my little freaky hot ass, I just couldn't hide it that night. You know, was dressed up. I'm like, this boy